Good morning, students. Welcome back to DELD online video lectures. In the last classes, we have studied the objective of the DELD and the digital signal versus analog signal. And we also studied definition of digital systems or digital circuit, and we discussed some of the advantages and disadvantages of digital systems, and we also studied the examples for the digital systems and the function carried by the digital systems. In the last class we have studied. Anyways, I'm going to review that particular definitions and advantages, disadvantages of the digital system. Digital system, it is also named as a digital circuit. It is also named as a digital circuit. Digital systems are those in which the voltage levels or current levels to be assumed as only two amplitudes. One is high, another one is low. In simpler manner, we can define the digital system. Digital system or a digital circuit is an electronic circuit. Digital circuit or the digital system or the electronic circuit which completely deals with the digital signals. Input is a digital system signal, output is also the digital signal, then that system is or circuit is named as a digital system or digital circuit. I hope I am very clear. Digital system or a digital circuit is an electronic circuit which completely deals with the digital signals only. That is called digital system or circuit. And we have the many advantages of digital system over the analog systems. Digital systems are very easy to design. We have discussed all these advantages in the last class. Easy to design. And storing the information in the digital systems are very, very simple. Information storage is very simple. And by using the digital system, we can get the accuracy and precision are greater than the analog systems. So here, analog system is a one. Analog system is a one which completely deals with the analog signals. Whereas digital system is a one which completely deals with the digital signals. In the last class, we have given the complete comparison or differentiation between the analog signal and the digital signal. So, accuracy and precision are greater than the analog systems. Next one, digital systems are more versatile. These are very, very versatile than the analog systems. And the digital systems offer the very less noise compared to the analog systems. And the reliability is also more from the analog system. And the digital circuit, if you are going with a digital system, we can integrate the more number of transistors into that digital system. So all these are the advantages from the digital system. But the digital systems are having only one disadvantage, that is, whatever we deal with the signals in the real world, that is completely analog only. The real world is analog, and rather than that one, everything we will be getting the advantages by using the digital systems. So all these things we have already discussed in the last classes. And examples for some digital systems. Example for the digital system, digital computer is the example, digital calculator is also the example for the digital system or digital circuit. And by making use of the digital systems or the digital circuits, we can perform the many operations. Digital systems can perform some arithmetic and logical operations. Digital systems also performs encoding and decoding operations. Encoding and decoding operations can be widely used in the communications, digital communications. And the digital systems can also use for the multiplexing and the demultiplexing purpose. And this multiplexing and the demultiplexing also widely used in the communications. And these integrated digital systems is also used for the comparators, used as a comparators. And these can be used as a counters, registers, memory storing devices. All these are the functions we can get from a digital system. So, as I said just now, all these things we have discussed in the last classes only. In today's class, I am going to talk the third topic in the syllabus. Third topic in the syllabus, which are named as logic gates actually. So in the first unit, the third topic is called logic gates. Logic gates are generally basic building blocks of any digital system. If you go with the any digital system that can be used for various functions, the digital system or the digital circuit can be designed with the logic gates only. So here the logic gates performs the basic logical functions. This performs the basic logical functions, and these logic gates are fundamental building blocks of any digital system. It is a fundamental building blocks of any digital system. We have the around 7 number of logic gates. That means we have to discuss the 7 logic gates in this third topic. In this, all the 7 logic gates, every logic gate can be worked with the one or more input signals, and the output will be always a one output line one. My point is very clear that all the logic gates, around 7 logic gates we have, all the logic gates can work with one or more input signals, and whatever may be the number of input signals, output will be only one line output. So here most logic gates take an input of 2 binary values. What are the binary? I will discuss afterwards. And the output is a single value of either it may be 0 or 1. That means in the digital circuits or the systems, the basic building blocks are called logic gates. All these logic gates perform some logical operations, and these logical operations accept the logic gates accept the data in the form of zeros and ones only. These logic gates will take the input in the form of zeros and ones only. And one more key point in case of logic gates, that is, every logic gate can work with one or more input signals, and it will provide only one output signal. Input may be one or more input signal. That means what? At least one it requires to have, at least one input, and number of inputs may be n number of inputs. That means what? Whatever may be the number of input signals, output remains only one output. Output is not one output signal. That output signal may be either 0 or 1. I hope I am clear. The logic gates are the building blocks, basic building blocks are the fundamental building blocks of any digital system. And these logic gates there are 7 logic gates we have. Each logic gate can work with the one or more input signals, but the output will be only one output line. That value of the output either may be 0 or 1 only. Some circuits may have only few logic gates. If you go with the very simple digital systems, that circuit may have very small number of logic gates. But if you go with the some integrated circuits like the microprocessors and the microcontroller, we can find some millions of logic gates in the integrated circuit, or we can find the millions of logic gates in that digital system. Microprocessor is also the best example for the digital system, or the microcontroller is also best example for the digital system. Here the point is noted clear that some of the digital systems are designed with very few number of logic gates only, whereas some of the integrated circuits or some of the digital systems are composed with some millions of logic gates. The example for that particular digital system is microprocessor and microcontroller. Microcontrollers or the microprocessor may have millions of logic gates. This is the introduction about the logic gates. So here one may ask that how these logic gates can work with either 0 or 1 only, because we are saying that it is a digital system in which we are having the building blocks are zeros and ones. Digital system means what? From the definition of the digital system, it is clear that it will have the digital system is a one which can completely deals with the digital signals only. Digital signals will have only 2 amplitudes. Digital signals will have only 2 amplitudes, either 0 or 1. So it is a digital system, it works with the zeros and ones, and in the digital system we are having the logic gates, so that obviously logic gates also work with the zeros and ones only. Logic gates will process the data in the form of zeros and ones, and it delivers the output through one line only, and that line may produce the output that may be 0 or 1. Here we are using the term is logic. Logic is nothing but the reason behind to take a decision is called logic. For example, to one particular logic gate, I am giving the inputs are 3 inputs and the 3 different inputs, and the 3 different inputs are in the zeros and ones only. What the output it has to produce, it will be dependent on the logic. It will be dependent on the logic. The decision which is to be taken based on some reasons, that is called a logic. Here in the complete digital systems or the digital electronics and logic design, we are going to have only 7 logic gates only. 7 types of logic gates. But all these 7 types of logic gates will be divided into 3 categories. If you go with all the 7 types of logic gates can be divided into 3 categories. The first category is named as basic gates. Here you should clearly understand that digital system is a one which completely deals with the digital signals only. Digital system is a one which completely deals with the digital signals only. Digital signal is a one in which we can have only two amplitude, that is 1 or 0. So obviously in the digital system building blocks are, we are saying logic gates, so that logic gates can works with zeros and ones only. Logic gates are the fundamental building blocks of any digital system. The name logic gate is derived from the ability of such a device to make the decision. Just now I have explained. So there are three categories are there in the basic logic gates. In the case of logic gates, we are having the three categories are there. So I am going with the logic gates now. Logic gates. Logic gates nothing but these are the fundamental building blocks of any digital circuit. Fundamental building blocks of any digital circuits called logic gates. There are 7 logic gates are there, but the 7 logic gates are divided into 3 categories. If you go with the 7 logic gates, these 7 logic gates are divided into 3. First one is called basic gates. Basic or primary gates. Second logic gates are called as universal gate. This is very very important. Universal gates are very important in the examination points, and one short answer question can be asked from the universal gates. What are the universal gates? Why we can call them as universal gates is the question. And third one is other gates. Other gates also named as exclusive gates. There are 3 gates are there. All the 7 logic gates are divided into 3 categories. 7 will be divided into 3 categories. First one is basic or primary gate. Second one is universal gates. Third one is XOR gate. Basic gates, there are 3 basic gates are there. First one is AND gate. Next one is OR gate. Next one is NOT gate. Every time we must write in caps letters only. Universal gates are NAND gate. Next one is NOR gate. And 3 plus 2, 5 completed. Next to 2 are left. Totally we are having the 7 logic gates. 7 logic gates are there, in which 2 plus 3, 5 completed. Remaining 2 comes under the exclusive gates, which are exclusive OR gates and exclusive NOR gates. Totally 7 logic gates are there. That means if you take any digital system in the world, that can be that composed with all these 7 logic gates only. These are the fundamental building blocks of any digital system. Any digital system in the world have these building blocks only, these logic gates only. So I am going to talk about the primary gates in this class. Primary gates. Primary gates is also named as basic gates. I am going with the first classification, that is basic gates. Basic are primary gates. Basic gate or primary gate, in which the first one gate is named as AND gate. AND is a gate which is used to provide the product of input signals. AND is a logic gate. It is a logic gate used for providing product of inputs. That means what? For example, an AND gate is with the two input signals. Output will be obviously one only, and that output is nothing but it is a product of two input signal, whatever they have the inputs. Then I am going with the symbol of AND gate. And it is D is there, right? So that you have to draw the D symbol. And just now we discussed that logic gates can be work with at least one input, so that I am taking the two inputs. Or you can draw very clearly like this. So whatever may be the number of inputs, output remains only one. Just now I have explained, whatever may be the number of inputs, output remains one only, one output line only. And here inputs, I can give the names for those inputs. Input will be either, I can give the A and B. Here input is A and output is B. Sorry, both inputs are A and B, output is Y. I am assuming Y is equals to, I can write Y is equals to, what is the function of AND gate? AND gate will provide the product of input signal. Inputs are A and B, and output will be product of those input signal A dot B. This is the function and the symbol of the AND gate. Then we can go with the truth table of AND gate. Truth table of AND gate. How many inputs are there? Inputs are 2. If the inputs are 2, so that we will be getting the 2 power of 2 number of combinations of input. 2 power 2 means 4. If the inputs are n, so that you can get the 2 power n combinations of input. If the inputs are 3, you can get the 2 power of 3 combinations of input. 2 power of 2 means how many? 4. So that I can write A, B, and the output is what? Y. A, B, this A may be 0, B may be 0. A may be 0, B may be 1. A may be 1, B may be 0. And last combination is what? A may be 1 and B may be also 1. So with the 2 inputs, we can get only 4 combination. Rather than these 4 combination, we cannot get any other combination. So then you have to go with the output. Now you have to go with the output. What is the function of AND gate? AND can provide the product of 2 input signals, so that Y is equals to A dot B. A and B you can call. You should not call A into B. A dot B. 0 into 0, 0. 0 into 1, 0. 1 into 0, 0. 1 into 1, 1. 1 into 1, 1. So now you can make the conclusion point here. Conclusion point always you have to make by seeing the output line is 1. You have to remember this point. Conclusion you have to make by seeing the output is 1. Here only the output is 1. This is the output 1 due to the 2 inputs are 1. Here you can call 1 is high, 0 is low. 1 is high, 0 is low. So from this truth table I can say that if all the inputs of AND gate is 1, then only output will be 1. Otherwise output will be 0. The point here to be noted that from the conclusion of the AND gate, that is, AND gate will provide the output is 1 whenever all the inputs of that particular AND gate is 1. Then only it will provide the output is 1. Otherwise output will be 0. So that I am concluding this one. Conclusion, I can give the conclusion now. If all the inputs, all the inputs of AND gate are 1 or high, then only output will be high. Then only output will be high. Otherwise output will be 0. For example, I am going with the 3 input AND gate. In the definition of logic gates, I have explained that logic gate is a fundamental basic building block of any digital system. It can work with the at least one input. And the second point, whatever may be the number of inputs, output will be only one line. That may be 0 or 1. So now I am going with the another AND gate is with the 3 inputs. Now A, B, C. Output remains one only, one line. Here ABC means how many? It is 3 inputs are there. So that how many combinations we can get? 2 power of 3 means 8 combinations we can get. Here only 2 inputs are there, so that we got only 4 combinations. That is what? This is 1, 2 combinations, second, third and fourth. 4 combinations are there. Here we can get the 8 combination, but in this 8 combination, whenever A is equals to, B is equals to, C is equals to 1, then only output Y is equals to 1. Remaining all the cases, output will be 0 only. I hope I am very, very clear that in case of AND gate, AND comes under the basic or primary gate, which is used to provide the product of input signals. Product of input signals, that input signals must be one or more input signals. So whatever may be the number of inputs, the output will be only one line. That may be 0 or 1. See this one? Output is only one line, that is Y. That output may be either 0 or 1 only. So here, from the conclusion it is clear that if all the inputs of AND gate are 1 or high, then only output is also high. Otherwise output will be 0. Output will be low. 0 means. And here the point is that AND gate is used for product, whereas OR gate is used for the sum or addition. In the next class I am going to continue this logic gates. Here the AND gate is used for the product of the input signal, whereas OR gate is used for the sum or addition of the input signals. If it is addition or the multiplication or the product, the output line will be only one, that is Y. If it is AND gate, it is A dot B. This A dot B may be either 0 or 1 only. If it is OR gate, y is equals to a plus b, and again this a plus b, either it may be 0 or 1 only. Likewise, we can have the complete all the 7 logic gates. First one you have to go with what? What is the function of that particular logic gate? Second one you must go with the symbol. Third one you have to go with the truth table. Fourth one you have to make the conclusion. 4 points you have to explain in the exam if you get the question about the logic gate. First one is function of that logic gate. Second one is a logic diagram or logic symbol. Third one is a truth table. Fourth one is a conclusion. In the next class I am going to continue the same logic gates. In the next class I am going to complete all these 7 logic gates so that we can enter into the next topic to realize the various logic functions or various digital circuits. Thank you, students.